Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
Bahamians will go to the polls to elect a new government on May 10. That's our top story in Caribbean Newsline for today, Tuesday, April 11. From the CMC News Center in Bridgetown, I'm Nicole Best. Good evening. Prime Minister Perry Christie made the much-anticipated announcement on Tuesday morning as Parliament was dissolved. Christie led the Progressive Liberal Party to victory in the 2012 general election, defeating the then-ruling Free National Movement. A third political party, the Democratic National Alliance, also contested the polls but did not win a seat. The PLP is hoping to be returned to office in the upcoming vote. Meantime, the FNM says it is ready for the upcoming poll and has been in campaign mode for more than at least a year. And still in the Bahamas, a former member of parliament has announced that he is throwing his hat back into the political ring. Vincent Peet, who served as finance minister under a previous Progressive Liberal Party regime of Prime Minister Perry Christie, says he will re-enter politics as an independent candidate. Peet bowed out of the political spotlight in 2012, saying that he needed to focus on building his legal profession. But he said he would return to politics when the time is right. Now, he has announced that he will contest next month's elections in answer to the calls from the constituents of Andros North, where he was MP for 2 consecutive terms.
This decision was not made lightly. I am a lifelong Pinling PLP, and I only made that decision after the constituents, many of them would have signed a petition, or about 600 plus would have signed a petition, and I'm running really because of my love for my people and to provide an Andros and Berry Island first program and campaign. I'm not running against parties or against anybody, but I'm running as a pro-Andros candidate. And I'm running really because I'm being called by many of the people to do so.
St. Lucia's Prime Minister Alan Chastanet has dismissed the opposition walkout of the House last week, describing it as an attempt at economic terrorism and treason. Last week, the opposition St. Lucia Labour Party legislators stormed out of the Parliament in solidarity with Castries South MP Ernest Hilaire. The protest stemmed from the House Speaker deferring the tabling of a motion proposing challenges to the CIP programme. Chastanet says it is just scare tactics, and he was uncomfortable with the wording of the motion.
At the right time, that this will come back to the House for debate. But from my perspective, I don't know how you debate a motion in which is based on something that's not factual. So the wording of the motion, in my mind, was uncomfortable and didn't feel comfortable going to debate it. Now, those are things, if they want to bring it up in the debate, they're free to bring it up in the debate. But it can't be written in a motion because the motion says whereas, which suggests that it is in fact. There is no fact that suggests that because we've lowered the price that the program has jeopardized the reputation, nor has it undermined the security of this country.
Shastane says he would like to hear the positions of former Prime Ministers Dr. Kenny Anthony and Professor Vaughan Lewis as to whether or not they support the position adopted by the opposition party on the CIP. He says he was surprised at the position adopted by the opposition on the CIP when the program was started under its administration.
The Labour Party are the ones who started the Citizen by Investment program. The Labour Party is attempting to suggest that because we lower the price, that somehow that this is going to make the country less secure. None of the regulations as it pertains to background checks have been changed. In fact, if anything, they have been strengthened by new relationships that we have gained through the regional security forces. So I want to assure everybody that that's the case. So I don't understand the argument that they're making.
The opposition leader in Dominica intensifies his call for the removal of Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit after he was allegedly barred from entering the compound of the parliament. Lennox Linton, who for the last 3 months has been crusading for the removal of Skerrit as Prime Minister, posted a verbal altercation he had with police on Tuesday after being denied entry to the parliament. The opposition leader said he was attempting to enter the parliament to retrieve documents he needed for a meeting with consultants from the Commonwealth Secretariat who are currently in Dominica.
Because he's telling me I cannot go to the office of the leader of the opposition in the parliament building because the police have taken control of the parliament compound today. They have them, a set of police officers in army fatigue, denying me access to my office, the leader of the opposition's office, in the parliament of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Linton said Tuesday's police actions were because some of his supporters were gathered in front of the national radio station, which is near the Parliament building, bearing placards. Linton has been leading the opposition efforts to get Prime Minister Skerrit out of office, claiming that the government has been engaged in corrupt activities linked to the controversial Citizenship by Investment program, the CIP, through which foreign nationals are provided with citizenship of the island in return for a substantial investment in the country. Over in St. Kitts and Nevis, the High Court has reserved judgment on the motion of no confidence that dates back to the previous administration of the then Prime Minister Dr. Denzil Douglas. The decision is pending the submission of written statements within 28 days. The opposition faced obstacles for more than 2 years in their attempts to have the motion tabled in Parliament. The government argued at the time that the Constitution did not offer a fixed time for a motion of no confidence to be heard. Speaker of the National Assembly, Curtis Martin, had also instituted legal proceedings when the opposition sought to withdraw the motions on the grounds that he wanted the High Court to outline the powers of the Speaker. The Team Unity government of Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris said they are pursuing the matter in court because of the great public interest. Government is also suggesting whether the Constitution was breached and the rights of parliamentarians were infringed by the denial of the hearing of the motion. Oral arguments were heard last week, with Trinidadian Senior Counsel Douglas Mendez appearing on behalf of the government, while Dominica's Senior Counsel Anthony Astefan appearing on behalf of Martin. Still to come in Caribbean Newsline, Trinidad and Tobago's Public Sector Union warns of more protest action. Stay with us, there's more news after the break.
Welcome to Dominica, a true fantasy island. Whether you're in search of extreme adventure or a family vacation or a relaxing getaway, Dominica is fun for everyone. And a place where you can totally disconnect and enjoy paradise. Discover Dominica, the nature island.
The most anticipated musical experience returns. Join us throughout beautiful Tobago as we celebrate the universal language with performances by Grammy Award winner D'Angelo, legendary singer Grace Jones, Shabba Ranks, Morgan Heritage, Ellen Trotman Test the Band, and many more. The 2017 Tobago Jazz Experience, April 22nd to 30th.
Imagine experiencing your jazz and Easter vacation at Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center. Stay and enjoy one of Tobago's most festive times with us. Choose out of 2 packages for a 4-night stay, executive or deluxe rooms, with 1 night free in our standard and self-catered rooms. Packages include free breakfast and shuttle service to and from popular beaches. For reservations, call 1-868-639-9666.
Trinidad's Public Service Association serves a warning to the government that Monday's protest was the first of many to come. The PSA staged a so-called Day of Resistance across the island to protest the government's policies on a number of matters, including crime, politics, and salary negotiations. PSA President Watson Duke accused the Keith Rowley administration of being out of touch with the ordinary citizen. We get more in this report from Joshua Simangal of TV6 News.
The government came with a big plan in a red book, stating equality for all, stating prosperity, talking about moving us out of this chaos, but in fact we have gone deeper. We have gone deeper into the chaos.
According to Duke, this was the PSA's first public demonstration to the government in order to let them know that all is not well. We are dissatisfied with the level of decadence that has overtaken the country, said the union leader. He added that these are the 3 major issues affecting the service.
1, our wages. But wages is not good enough. The conditions under which we work, they are barbaric, they are hostile, they are totally unfriendly. All right? Thirdly, the state of crime in this country is too much. Crime is way too much. People are building cages and they're locking themselves in.
According to Duke, the time has come for more open, frank discussions with those in authority about the state of the country. And until that level of conversation is attained, he said workers will continue to fight to have a voice.
Also with food prices, they need to speak to their friends who run big business. Their friends are out of control where prices are concerned. We are saying to them, they don't need to make all that vulgar profit.
In response, Public Administrations Minister Maxi Coffey congratulated public service workers for what he described as rejecting PSA's calls for protest. He added that it is evidence that the public service is slowly embracing the new culture of responsibility and productivity which is being promoted by the government.
And over in Guyana, sugar workers of the East Demerara estate continue to express their concern and opposition over reports of the planned closure of the estate. On Monday, a large group of workers from the estate marched through the community to call attention to their plight. According to the Guyana Agricultural and General Workers Union, that's GAU, while the government has not announced formally its position on closure, all indications are that the process has begun. They say for some weeks now, cane planting at the estate has been stopped, and they claim that no plans are being made for crops beyond this year. The estate currently employs just over 2,200 workers and is a major source of employment for the communities along the East Coast. Royston Drakes of Capital News tells us more.
The possible closure of the Enmore estate has sparked a reaction from the workers and their union, GAU. Sugar workers marched through the streets of the community while trying to get the support of residents to add their voices to the objection of the closure.
One, we are calling on the authorities not to close the estate because we believe that the estate has all the resources, all the potential to keep it open, and they haven't had any plan. When we look at what is happening on the other estate, Wales in particular, there is nothing happening. So this is playing with the life of thousands of people.
So why you guys pick this in at school? Why we go eat? But how long about guys school? Why we eat about so why somehow we gotta live? How you close man? I tell make sure where the profit go all in time.
This is a big one. We haven't had any increase in the past 3 years, and just big managers getting increase, and everybody else. Workers in the past 3 years haven't got anything, and our jobs keep increasing all the time. More and more work we're getting to do all the time in the office, in the field, in the factory.
Some of the workers have worked in the estate for more than 20 years, and for them starting all over is going to be rough. The problems facing the struggling sugar industry didn't start 2 years ago. In fact, since the European Union's 36% price cut on sugar, Guyana's problem began. The previous government moved to build a new Skeldon sugar factory, which was touted to save the industry. Skeldon has never lived up to its intended purpose.
OECS leaders will meet in St. Vincent on Wednesday to continue deliberations on a number of activities, that's issues raised at their meeting in St. Kitts last month. Among items on the agenda are health insurance, strategic options for diplomatic relations, and greater participation of non-independent member states in the grouping. The talks will be chaired by St. Kitts Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris. The leaders are expected to further discuss agriculture, the so-called blue economy, and climate change. Meanwhile, Harris will also attend a consultative drafting workshop that will address the proposed amendments to the Banking Act of 2015 in the sub-region. And ahead in sports, another series loss for West Indies. Stay with us. There's sports after this break.
Hey Pharmacy now has 2 locations to fill your prescriptions promptly and efficiently. Our branch at One Accord Plaza is open daily, including Sundays and bank holidays. Also, check out our new drive-through location at Warren's Healthcare Complex in Michael, the first and only drive-through pharmacy in Barbados. For more information, call Roundhay One Accord Plaza at 421-7863 and our new drive-through branch at Warren's in Michael at 424-5574.
It's not about exercising. It's having the strength to do what you're passionate about. It's not about the road traveled. It's about the one to be traveled. An important thing in life is finding the perfect balance between body and soul. With a bottle of Ensure, you get the proteins, calcium, and 26 vitamins and minerals your body needs to live the best moments of your life with strength and energy. Your life, your health, your Ensure.
Despite half-centuries from Shea Hope and informed Jason Mohammed and 2 early wickets from Shannon Gabriel, the West Indies surrendered the 3rd and final one-day match to Pakistan by 6 wickets. Opting to bat first, the Windies were going nowhere when they were at 68 for 3, but Mohammed and Hope came together to rescue the innings in a 101-run 4th wicket partnership to take the regional men to 233 for 9 in 50 overs. Seamers Mohammed Amir and that's Wanad Khan, along with 19-year-old leg spinner Shadab Khan, all claimed 2 wickets each. Here are the highlights.
It was a tough pitch, but Lewis makes batting look easy on any surface. That was gloriously driven off the back foot. And they made good off whatever was on offer to hit the ball. And then this moment arrived where from nowhere he produced that pull shot when the fielder was installed for that lofted shot. Good catch by Hafiz. A few edges working for West Indies, and then it was Walton who was played on. Hall came in and stroked the ball beautifully. But it's always going to be tough, really, of seeing off Imad Wasim and spinners. He was dropped by Kamran Akmal. Straightforward catch at mid-off, and then stumped by Safraz, beautifully bowled, little less in pace, more flight, and it had spin as well. Shadab had an off day, a bit off colour, and the partnership was brought up courtesy of this beautiful pull shot. Every now and then, West Indies sneaked in a 4. That partnership was a crucial one in stabilising the earlier negative effect. Hope and Jason Mohammed making sure that they played intelligently, played well within their resources. And so 50 for Jason Mohammed, maintaining his good form. He's got a great future ahead of him. Hope also batted well, dogged in defence, and made sure that West Indies was still in there against Pakistan in that crucial period. Hot behind is Jason Mohammed. A long hop was deposited over mid-wicket. Jonathan Carter there carting one, and then was bowled, trying to slot sweep one over square leg. A this was magnificent strike. Was in position early to hit a 6. Holder with a massive towering 6 over long off. Got things running and going, and then he was caught in the deep off a straighter, fuller, faster delivery from Shadab. Jason Holder then finally was out, caught by Shadab. Good running catch. Permol was caught by Hafiz, Skaya that was accepted in the circle, and then last man dismissed. Bishu, the non-striker.
Well, although speedster Gabriel gave the West Indies a glimmer of hope when he took important wickets off Kamran Akmal and Babar Azam to send Pakistan reeling on 36 for 3, it was all over when Mohammad Hafiz and veteran batsman Shoaib Malik took command of the innings, with Hafiz adding 81 and Malik ending the match in fine style on 101.
Started perfectly for the West Indies. Kamran Akmal to the very first ball of the innings bowled by Shannon Gabriel. Babar Azam started positively, and it seemed as if Pakistan would be in a complete mess with the collisions, the confusion, chance put down, Chadwick Walton at the mid-on. And Shahzad getting away there. And Babar Azam was looking threatening, timing the ball well through the offside. And this was an excellent catch from Mashay Hope. Jason Holder celebrating the dismissal of Shahzad. Babar Azam a bit lucky there. But this was probably the shot of the innings on drive. Mohammad Hafiz coming to the middle and looking to be authoritative. And that was the wicket the West Indies wanted. At that point, 36 for 3. They felt the match was in their control. But it all changed. Shoaib Malik looking for every opportunity to score, escaped here. The West Indies were made to pay. Everything loose was put away by Mohammad Hafiz and Malik. They never really looked in trouble. Finding those gaps on the offside, the bowling too short too often. And when it was full, they swept effectively. Reaching his half century. Mohammad Hafiz after his 88 in the first ODI. 6 over long on, and then taking on the faster bowlers as well. He just couldn't find a way to stop the flow of runs. It became increasingly frustrating for them. Versamy Permol brought into the team on a spinner's pitch had no real impact. And then the breakthrough came, but by then it was too little too late. Ashley Nurse with the wicket, Permol with the catch. Sarfraz Ahmed came to the crease and was really in no mood to hang around, ensuring that there would be no stumbles, no fumbles. He got to 50, but even by then he might have been thinking 100. And he was starting to put the loose balls away with even greater authority. This 6 signaled the rush to victory. Another big hit. It was missed. And the West Indies once more, Karen Powell this time, and again Chadwick Walton. Missing chances, difficult yes, but missing them nevertheless. And at this point, he was thinking of the 100. A couple of big shots, and this was the moment. Last ball, as it turned out, 6 to win, 6 for the 100, 6 to claim the series.
And while crediting the performances of Malik and Hafiz, Captain Jason Holder after the match lamented that his men didn't put enough runs on the board.
Yeah, obviously we started well with the ball. We got early wickets. We pegged them back quite nicely, and we had them under pressure. Unfortunately, again, we didn't get the wickets in the middle from the spinners. Credit must go to the way Mohammad Hafiz plays, and also Shoaib Malik. They really set the platform for Pakistan, and they batted deep.
The captain did, however, praise the efforts of Shannon Gabriel, but feels the team still needs to dig deeper to get back their winnings ways.
We've got a few positives to share about. Obviously credit must go to Shadow, and I thought he played a really good series. Obviously Shea Hook came in today and played a really good innings. But it's just about getting a collective effort going down. I think we've come to a stage where now we got individual performances, but not being able to get over the line. So I think that's one of the things we obviously have to work on going forward.
Going over to football now, FIFA President Gianni Infantino is making a bid to restore the embattled body's image in the football world. Infantino is currently on a three-nation tour of the Caribbean. His first stop was in Trinidad and Tobago on Monday, where he made an appeal for the Twin Island Republic to move on and place their focus on the game. Ruskin Mark of C Sport has that story.
FIFA president, regarded in some quarters as the most powerful man in all of sport, touched down on local soil for a whirlwind one-day visit. He was soon greeting the top brass of local football in President David John Williams and some of his executives, along with Sports Minister Darrell Smith. And before too long, he was inside the VIP lounge expressing his gratitude to John Williams and the TTFA for their support 1 year removed from lobbying their vote as the then FIFA presidential candidate.
We have a new FIFA now. We have a new CONCACAF as well. We have a new Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. We are working hand in hand with the government. We are working hand in hand with the authorities. We're working in a clean way, in a transparent way, in an open way. We are accountable for our actions. We want to be accountable. But most importantly, we want to focus now really on the game, on football.
He also applauded the efforts of the TTFA in aligning itself with the ideals of FIFA as they strive to move the game forward from the bottom up.
We are doing a lot, we are investing a lot. We have increased the investment, for example, in the CONCACAF region on a yearly basis from 19.5 million to 60.5 million, so we more than tripled our investment in the region. We increased the number of teams participating in the World Cup as of 2026 in the region as well, CONCACAF from 3.5 to 6.5, which is giving a real boost to those who want to seriously invest in football, as I know is the case in Trinidad and Tobago.
And that's the sport. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
Round Hay Pharmacy now has 2 locations to fill your prescriptions promptly and efficiently. Our branch at One Accord Plaza is open daily, including Sundays and bank holidays. Also, check out our new drive-through location at Warren's Healthcare Complex in Michael, the first and only drive-through pharmacy in Barbados. For more information, call Round Hay One Accord Plaza at 421-7863 and our new drive-through branch at Warren's in Michael at 424-5574.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and Carib Vision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today. Again, the major developments of this day. Bahamians go to the polls on May 10th to elect a new government. And in sport, West Indies slumped to yet another series defeat against Pakistan. That's Caribbean Newsline. For news and sport around the clock, log on to condanews.com. We'll be back here again tomorrow. But from all of us at CMC News, thank you for watching. You do have yourselves a good night.